the next guest, we might have to ask her, did she get the giggles underwater, and what do you do then? Do you drink up the sea, or is there something else? We don't know. There's so much mystery surrounding our very first esteemed guest here on this stage. She's been through waters, she's been across oceans, she knows the country here, she knows the country there, she's mystical, become incarnate. Give your love and a loud applause, Eline Powell! Have a seat. Oh, here, I'll give you. This one's for you. Here you are. Does it groen? Staat hij aan?
Testing.
Testing.
Best intro ever.
Oh yes.
Thank you.
Cool. It's part of a series I'm doing. Many intros all through the day.
Well, it was awesome. I'd love to enter any room like that.
Yeah. I'm just here to drink my coffee. Just like. It was darker than I thought it would be, the series Siren.
Yes.
So they told me, no, check this out. It has mermaids. Okay, let's see. And it was pretty, your transformation was all pretty dark. And did you spend, how much time do you think you spent underwater, actually?
Every episode, so we shot, apart from the pilot, we shot it like in 4 weeks. I'd say there was always 1 week underwater.
Underwater.
Yeah.
And 4 weeks for the pilot. No, for the series.
For the pilot was 6 weeks, but then every episode was shot in like 2-3 weeks, and I'd say
about 1/4 of it.
Yeah.
Bon, 1/4 du temps du filmé, elle était sous-marin, submersed. I'm starting to make mistakes in my French and stuff. Mais bien sûr, c'est votre Comic-Con, donc c'est à vous de poser des questions. Jullie mogen vragen stellen. Because their questions will be much more fascinating than mine, because they will want to know something about breakfast and favorite pets and stuff, and fear of swimming. So I'm going to jump down here. It's my first of the day. Whoop-de-doo. Hello, Comic-Con! Yay! If you have a question, just raise your hand. And then, here we go.
Hello, do you have a favorite episode?
Oh, great question.
Yeah, just one that you say, that's the one, and all the rest we throw away.
It's very hard, but I will always love the first episode the most, because we spent the longest shooting it, and I was so in it. I remember the scene where Ben meets Rin for the first time, and then they go in like near the water, and she's starting to peel, and he's like, can I help you? And she's backing up, and I was completely in it, and the director said, just make it real. So we said, okay, I said to Alex, who plays Ben, I said, I'm not gonna sit down until I trust you. Such actors.
You made him work.
Yeah, so we were just like, and like breathing and looking into each other, like, and we were just so working on energy, and then I finally sat down and we did the scene, and it was so real. And then the director came up and went, that's great, now can we make it like 20 minutes shorter? Because it's taking forever. And I was like, okay, now we have to be professional and sell it a bit more, on camera. But so I think, there's many episodes, but I think just for the sheer bliss of that first coming on land, the first transformation, and dragging across the water and going in there, I think the pilot, the first, will always be special to me.
Donc le premier épisode, ce sera toujours l'épisode favori pour elle. C'est la première fois que Rin vient sur Terre sec. C'est Terre sec, ça se dit, non, sur Terre. La première fois qu'elle a la transformation, quand Rin se retrouve en face de Ben pour la première fois et sa peau commence à changer, le réalisateur, il a dit, fais que ça soit vrai. Et donc elle a dit à son collègue, je vais m'asseoir seulement quand je me sens certain de ce que tu fais. Donc elle a fait que lui doit faire tout le boulot. Et c'était magique, c'était bien, et puis ils sont assis, et c'était fantastique. Et après, le réalisateur, il a dit, ah, que bello, mais non, 20 minutes en moins de longueur, parce que ça prend trop de temps. Donc, le premier épisode, pour toutes les choses qui sont la première fois, première transformation, première rencontre des personnages principaux, et tout ça. Ik denk dat er alles in zit. I think it's difficult here. Yeah.
What was your favorite memory on set?
Favorite memory on set?
Yeah, just one.
Pressure. Again, okay, there's so many, right? So I'll just, on the top of my head, I did really love playing anything with Rena. And the way, I think it's in the second or third episode, I turn around and, like, Rin's still very primal. She's still very much, like, high defense. And she just, she was brought to Helen's apartment, and Helen startles her, and she turns around and just grabs her throat. And, you know, I didn't know Rina, who plays Helen, that well at the time. And she was just like, just go for it, love, just go for it. So day 3 of meeting this awesome actress. And yeah, we just went, and she's from New Zealand and has a lot of special energy. So I feel like whenever we were together on set, it kind of brought that out. But oh my God, just also any of the kisses. I just really liked all the kissing. Sorry, my mind is going through the...
So many things.
So, do you know what? There was an underwater, the last underwater scene with Ben and Hope. I cried underwater because I knew it was the last time.
Is it possible to cry underwater?
Well, nobody knows.
But
so you can get away with it. It's great.
Well, now it's revealed.
Yeah.
But you did. Okay, we don't. I can understand. Donc oui, scène préférée, il y en a autant avec Ellen. Le moment où ils se rencontrent en deuxième, troisième épisode. Mais sinon, toute dernière scène, la toute dernière fois qu'elle se retrouve sous l'eau, et elle savait que c'était vraiment le bout du tournage presque, donc elle a dû pleurer sous l'eau, dont on ne savait pas que c'était possible. Et on ne sait pas encore, j'ai un petit secret que c'est possible, mais oui, c'est possible. Did you learn anything that you did not know about mermaids?
Well, I did lots and lots of research before the show, but and what was interesting is so many different cultures have different versions of mermaids and different lore and different myths. And in a way, the show is adding its own flavor to that. There's many cultures where mermaids are bringers of fortune, bringers of fertile land. Other cultures, mermaids represent the dark, the subconscious, they're gonna lure you under and do dark things to you. And so our version fell somewhere in the middle. And it was kind of a new opportunity. I felt like it was a blank slate. Like they were like, this is sort of roughly what we have in mind, now take it away.
Yeah, we've seen vampires and werewolves, but mermaids were like still...
They're still so untapped. I still think it's the most underexplored cinematic character of the fantasy world ever. Of course, because of the logistics, because of the water. And they're doing great stuff with technology. But man, I want to see something that's really underwater. And I think...
But you were underwater.
Yeah, we were underwater, but it's so much money.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of money, but I'm like, man, if people put a lot of money into something epic like that, I still think it would be so cool. There's not that many shows out there yet, and at least not of very different vibes. Like you very much have they're beautiful and love, but there's not yet there's another species of humans what do they live like?
How could they
How
be?
do they communicate? What do they live like? I think it would just be awesome if they could.
Donc il n'y a pas assez de représentation des sirènes en série, en film. Comme j'ai demandé, est-ce que si elle avait découvert des nouvelles choses sur ce qu'il y a des mythologies sur les sirènes, elle disait elle en lit beaucoup et partout dans le monde il y a une figure pareille qui apparaît, mais de temps en temps c'est des personnages plutôt positifs qui font des rêves possibles, et de l'autre côté parfois ce sont des démons qui te tirent en dessous de l'eau et te détruisent complètement. La série Siren se retrouve quelque part dans le milieu. C'est un peu comme il n'y a pas autant d'écrits sur les sirènes, il y avait l'opportunité de vraiment inventer un propre monde avec des propres personnages, avec sa propre mythologie, et c'est ce qu'ils ont fait. Mais ça serait pas mal de voir encore beaucoup plus des idées sous-marins. Donc si vous connaissez quelqu'un qui fait des films, dites-leur, je sais que l'eau c'est très cher, mais allons-y, plus de sirènes. That's more or less the gist of it. Anyone else? Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
So I have a couple of questions. Okay. Yeah. So I'm also an actor and trying to be an actor. And like my question is, do you have any tips or tricks, because you're also from Belgium and you were born here? Like, how did you get into the acting world? And yeah.
So when I started out as an actor, okay, wait, I'm going to take you back. When I was growing up in Belgium, being an actor wasn't really a thing in my world. It was, if you were very expression, die heeft streken, my grandma would say, then they usually go something like, oh, you're going to be a lawyer. Like, it wasn't really a thing you could be. But I did love it, and I found the performance joy in dance and stuff. And it was through circumstance, I moved to another country, and that's where in the school they did theatre really seriously. They did a play, and then I was like, oh, wait a second, you can do this as a thing, and I loved it. And then I kind of followed the breadcrumbs and went to London, and I didn't know where to begin, but I tried to follow the next step that seemed like the next challenge or whatever. And then I went to drama school in London, got an agent, and then it happened from there. But I think the good news is that it's very different now in Belgium. I think with internet and stuff, and also just auditioning in general has become so global, because you can, send your audition somewhere. I think it's very different. If I was an actor or trying to be an actor now in Belgium, I would definitely try and get an agent. The beauty of the world we live in is, as well, you can create a lot of your own content, you can create a lot of your own stuff to sort of say, this is what I can do, this is what I'm out for. But sometimes the key is to get an agent to get you in the door a little bit. But once you're in, once you have someone who can help you find the doors, I do think anything is possible. I was blissfully delusional when I was 18, and I just didn't see why not. My mantra was why not me, Not saying that it's easy by any means. It definitely feels like a lottery a lot of the time, but I genuinely believe it is all possible if you just keep wiggling and finding your joy with it. Because I think that's important. If it does not bring you complete, butterflies kind of stuff, really, really leave. Go do something else. Because, but when it does, it's great.
Donc quand elle était tout jeune, elle habitait en Belgique, Mechelen, à Malines, voilà. Et pour elle, c'était pas vraiment quelque chose qui était possible de devenir, d'être comédienne en Belgique. Elle aimait bien jouer, chanter, donc elle faisait du chant et de la danse surtout, voilà. Mais elle est déménagée avec sa famille en Angleterre et à l'école à Londres, il y avait des activités théâtre assez sérieux. Il prenait ça très sérieux et là, il s'est rendu compte, ben, en fait, je pourrais bien poursuivre cette carrière si j'ai envie. C'est pas simplement un rêve. Donc ça et ne pas croire que les choses ne sont pas possibles. Quand elle était 18 ans, elle se disait « Mais si, pourquoi c'est pas possible? Pourquoi c'est pas possible ?» Ne pas avoir peur et de oser, ça c'est une chose. Et de l'autre côté, ça aide beaucoup si on trouve quelqu'un comme un agent ou quelqu'un qui te représente pour te montrer les portes par lesquelles passer pour avoir des opportunités de faire des auditions. Ce qui est devenu beaucoup plus facile aujourd'hui que dans le temps avant, parce qu'avec l'internet, théoriquement c'est possible de faire des auditions pour n'importe quelle production sur tout le monde. C'est aussi beaucoup plus facile de faire des propres petites productions comme des essais, comme des choses à présenter. Donc le monde aujourd'hui est bien différent. Il faut oser trouver quelqu'un qui te montre le chemin.
Amazing. I want your memory.
Yeah, but it's all over now.
You're doing great.
Do you eat fish?
No.
You don't. You're veg.
Oh wait, such a lie. Sometimes I have tuna salad,
Oh.
but it's rare. Normally I don't.
Tuna
Once
rare.
you go scuba diving, once you learn about the ocean, it's very hard to eat fish again.
Is it because you've seen their eyes?
You start to recognize the sentience.
Yeah.
You start to go, it's crazy that we boil lobsters alive.
It's like my
my
daughter-
dream is to be a millionaire, walk in a restaurant and get them all out.
Cut them out. Run
Yeah.
away, little fish.
Yeah.
This is now.
But
Yeah.
no judgment on those who do.
Oh, sure,
it's
no,
just,
sure. Yeah.
for me, no.
No, it's like my daughter didn't want to eat any more fish once she saw Finding Nemo. And
You
she,
think? Yeah.
she wanted to eat fish if I had to confirm that these fish never had eyes.
Yeah.
And then it was okay for her to eat the fish.
I also think that if you're at someone's house and they've made the fish for you, then you would disrespect
Sure.
everything by not eating it. You know, so
But nobody ever eats a salad, so perhaps they're happy to eat the salad,
Yeah.
and then they have more fish. Oh,
Yeah.
luckily she doesn't eat a lot
Yeah.
of it. Okay,
just if there's a choice, I'd rather not have the fish.
Actually. Yeah.
I also have a couple of questions, but I'm gonna start with the first one. You said you have an agent. Did you do background acting before you got an agent?
No, I went to drama school, and in that drama school, on the third year, they do a showcase, and naturally, the agents came to that, and then if they like what they see, they signed you. So I signed with someone then, and then over the years, yeah, it's a bit of a hip hop, not hip hop, you know, like you.
Say it right.
You hop to, you know, but so that happened naturally. If I didn't have that, I'm so sorry, but I actually don't really know how to go about it. Maybe background acting is a good idea. If you're interested in the Belgian agencies, I know nothing about it. If you're interested in the English ones, then I'd say try and contact them. You can find them, a lot of them on Google and stuff, and send a photo and maybe a few things of tapes, auditions of existing scenes or something like that, so they see your vibe and see if they are willing to meet you.
Donc, sur le sujet de nouveau, comment devenir comédien, comédienne, s'il a joué en arrière-plan, beaucoup de gens commencent en arrière-plan avant de devenir le star devant la caméra, mais elle ne l'a jamais fait parce qu'elle était dans une école de théâtre et dans la 3e année, il y a toujours un show de présentation et tous les agents viennent pour regarder c'est qui les nouveaux stars de demain et elle a signé chez un agent et après il y a un autre et un autre et un autre, mais en ce qui concerne des agents en Belgique, elle n'a aucune idée. Mais en Angleterre, il y en a pas mal, on peut les retrouver sur l'internet. On peut simplement les contacter avec une photo, avec des images de scènes qu'on a déjà jouées, par exemple. I guess it's easy when you speak English as well. Yeah, for them.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying in Belgium, if you speak Belgian, then it's okay. But for the English ones, it would be good to have.
Unless you are playing Inspector Poirot, in which case...
In which case this accent is perfect.
Perfect. Parfait.
Hello, sorry for my English, but my question is, were you ever afraid of doing something?
In the show, you mean?
Yes. Est-ce qu'il y avait quelque chose dont tu avais peur en filmant Siren?
There was a scene where I think we were in a car and we had to be submerged. And so what happens is they bring you down the bottom of the car and they give you oxygen through the scuba tank. And then you have someone saying go, and then you take your last breath and you do the scene. But so it required so much very, very careful communication from somebody above saying camera set, action, and you're not, you can't see that well in water. And the first time I did it without goggles, I just did it as Rin. So I took the breath, but I couldn't for sure see if the sign was there. So someone had said go, but I hadn't seen it. So I was in there and I was losing my breath hold, but I was in the car. So I had to try and get out through the back. Anyway, I was really scared for the first time then. And then I said, from now on I'll be wearing goggles to check, take them off, go. But it was the first and only time I was a little bit scared that I wouldn't make it to the top in time.
Donc il y a une fois vraiment où elle a eu peur. Il y a une scène où quand on est dans une voiture et la voiture se fond sous l'eau, se tombe dans l'eau. Voilà, la voiture tombe dans l'eau, plouche. Et puis il y a des gens avec l'oxygène, donc tu prends un bon coup de souffle, et puis il faut attendre jusqu'à quelqu'un donne le signe, action, on commence. Mais la première fois, elle n'avait pas des lunettes à nager, donc elle voyait pas très bien ce qui se passait. Donc elle attendait, elle commençait à perdre le souffle. And you escaped through the room, or you tried to?
Well, yeah, because the car is on the water,
Yeah.
so you had to go through the back window. So you have to...
Elle a dû s'échapper, et à ce moment-là, elle s'est décidée, je mets toujours des lunettes à nager. Des lunettes à nager? Ouais, des lunettes à nager. C'est des mots que j'utilise rarement, donc voilà, des lunettes à nager. Vous connaissez, oui. Comme ça, au moins, elle pouvait voir les signes, parce que sous l'eau, c'est très dur de se communiquer pour dire maintenant on commence à filmer, maintenant on a terminé le tournage et tout cela. Donc c'est la seule fois où elle a eu vraiment peur. That's scary.
Yeah.
By drowning. But you're a mermaid, you're supposed to handle.
Exactly, I knew I'd be fine eventually.
Hallo.
Hello.
Eerst en vooral groetjes vanuit Mechelen.
Hey, Mechelen, hello.
I was also wondering if you were thinking about making movies in Belgium.
For a very long time, I wasn't. But now, I'm open to it. My only sort of thing is that I don't know it that well, the industry here, the people here. But I'm knocking on the door and seeing if anyone is, maybe willing to do something, because the more I research it, the more I'm like, man, it's so great here, it's so artistic and beautiful, and I would just love one thing or something to happen here, in my home country. So yes, I'm definitely open to it now. Obviously, if I'm being very, very honest, my heart lies in action fantasy, and I know that's perhaps not quite Belgium's thing yet. Working on it. But I'm open to any beautiful project, whether it's here or abroad, to take place. But yes, I would love something here to happen.
Elle est d'origine de Mali. On l'a demandé si elle considère un retour en Belgique pour faire une production ici. Au début non, mais entre-temps elle s'est dit oui, pourquoi pas. Donc, mais surtout dans le genre science-fiction, fantasy, action, un peu
Anything.
anything. Donc, s'il y a quelqu'un qui a un tout beau projet, il y a des façons de la contacter. Zo gaat dat. In de cinemawereld. Eén moment dit en dan
Je
ik...
moet ook met managers.
Ja, die alles uitlegt aan mensen in de hoop. Voilà. That's the end of this Q&A, but you'll be here all day.
Yes.
You have a table where people can ask you more questions.
Yes.
Donc si vous avez encore des questions, elle sera ici toute la journée. Posez-la.
Oh.
Posez-la. Oh.
And there's
a photo shoot.
Photo shoot.
A photo shoot at 12:50, I think. Huh?
Yeah.
So in about 20 minutes, a photo shoot with Eline Powell. A great opportunity if there ever was one. Thank you so much
Thank
to
you,
come
guys.
from down the oceans up until here in Brussels. Merci au public. Eline Powell!
Thank you so much.
Excellent.